Ayo, it's me, MTG Jade here for another video. Today I'm doing a controversial one talking about the two War of the Spark novels and what was good about them, because everyone always hates on them, but I want to talk about the few good things they have. So if it isn't obvious already, spoilers ahead. So let's go on to the first book first. Now I read both the books on Audible, so I had a better experience than most people. I didn't find it boring since I was just listening to it. First things first, I really did like the Teo poop joke. Like, I know a lot of people were hating on that, but I absolutely loved it. I know I'm super immature and stuff, but I love that poop joke. It was great. Made my day. But what this novel does right is definitely in the beginning when they have the whole assassination attempt on Liliana. I thought that was amazing, and it really helps her arc. Her realize, wow, I'm a really crummy person. Do they all hate me now and stuff? Like, I really like that idea and stuff, and the whole thing of Jace having to accept that they're trying to assassinate Liliana, his friend, and once level interest. So yeah, I think that was pretty great and stuff. I really enjoyed those parts of it. Also, the whole thing with Niv Mizzet being reborn and then how he attacked Nicol Bolas. Like, I like that they got the whole Hazoret staff from Amonkhet, which I think that's a cool nod, like mixing them in there and then Nicol Bolas stabbing him with the spear he made, which is pretty great. Also, let's just talk about the obvious best part, when Gideon rides on Rakdos. That's just amazing. I love that magic card just because it has Gideon riding on Rakdos, who's the dope demon dude. Like, I definitely like that. But, yeah, the other parts, like, the whole Liliana arc was done really well. That was the other good thing about it. Like, when Gideon dies and stuff, sacrifices himself, she's just so broken, and they really expand upon this in the other book. But in the second book, which I'll talk more about soon. But yeah, her arc was a lot better. It was like there were only two good arcs in my opinion in that book. But that were like really good quality ones, which were Dax and Liliana's. Teo's I liked, but it has its off and on things, especially with the rat character who doesn't really have a magic card, which is what makes me upset. I feel like they should have one for her, but yeah. Then, let's move on to the next novel, which I think is better, like I've been saying, Forsaken. Forsaken, first off, one of the huge things, they fixed Rao's character. In the first book, Rao was just a dick that only cared about his boyfriend, and that's like all he cared about the entire thing. And it really made me upset that that's the only thing he was caring about. Like, I get that you'd care about your loved one, but when it's the only thing, you don't care about if other innocent people die and stuff. It's kind of a problem, in my opinion, so... The second book, they make Rao a much better, more compassionate character rather than just a dick. And he ends up being honest and stuff that he didn't defeat Tezzeret, which was pretty nice, and showing how, like, he's becoming a better person because of his boyfriend is making him a better person. I mean, that relationship was handled a lot better, let's be with that gay relationship, than the whole Nissa Chandra thing. That was bad. But, the other good stuff about this is the whole Liliana arc again, with them, and like the whole idea that Kaya is made to assassinate Liliana, and she originally wants to, but then Teo and Rat are able to convince him not to and show that Liliana is actually a good person, which also ends up being somewhat of a story arc for Kaya. And then they tease out the plane in Kaya's from and stuff and how they're going there next, which I definitely want to know more about. I love the whole name that Liliana gave herself. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was like based off Gideon or something like that, which was nice. Like, I'm just really hoping they make Liliana a white planeswalker eventually. I think that'd be cool. I feel like they're teasing that somewhat. I mean, Ugin's in both of the novels was pretty well, but I mean, he was barely in them. The novels most definitely could have been improved a lot, but they still did have some good arcs, and it wasn't complete trash. Like, to be honest, I take War of the Spark any day over nothing with Theros, because I'm just really upset Theros doesn't have a story, because it's my favorite plane. But yeah, I mean, this video's out there. It's not all bad from War of the Spark. Don't get me wrong, it's mostly bad. But if you're watching on Audible and stuff, you can get it for free with the whole membership thing, which is always nice, and it's a fun listen. So yeah, if you've been craving a Magic the Gathering story and kind of refused to read it, I'd always recommend just listening to the Audible, giving it a second shot. It's not the highest quality work, but it's not all complete dumpster fire either. So, oh yeah, I almost forgot. The one other thing, I really did like the plot twist of Rat being like a demure assassin, because like in the first book, I'm like, why in the world would why would the world would Rat not want to be in the Demille if she can't be seen by people? Like, that didn't make sense to me until they showed that plot twist in the Forsaken. And then there's one other thing, which is just a tiny bit that I absolutely loved about the story. So in the first War of the Spark novel, they were fighting Dovin. Instead of so Lazav just had a flamethrower, like a flat-out flamethrower gun, and somehow using a flamethrower gun, he looked perfectly like Chandra, where Dovin couldn't tell because of his disguise was perfect because he's Lazav. But I just love the idea of people thinking that like the fire is coming out of his hands when he's really just holding a flamethrower. I just find that hilarious. And yeah, I also like when he like freaking shurikens the Dovin. That's always cool. But yeah, the novels are definitely, they might have a lot of bad in them, but they also have some good. So yeah, always looking on the bright side, as they say. Okay, well, that's it for my video for today. Have a good one. Kaboosh!